May begin.
Lily was always a wonderfully bright and responsible student. She rarely missed any days of school, and she was involved in many different activities, such as sports, student council, art club, National Honor Society, and year-round sports. She also had a job at the local coffee shop. Up until this point, she had been able to balance everything in her life. Now, as school began, the workload abruptly increased. She had to attend club meetings, and sports schedules were insane. Life was beginning to get hectic, and she didn't do anything about it. Lily was beginning to lose sleep, eat unhealthily, and was starting to fall ill quite often. Her grades were dropping dramatically, and her stress level was through the roof. Sound familiar? Although the story about Lily is hypothetical, it is most likely similar to what most students experience today. The problem is that stress is being handled inefficiently, and it is beginning to affect everyone's physical and mental health. According to Jonelle Elisa for NBC News on February 11th of 2014, 31% of teens were overwhelmed with stress. Sharon Jason from USA Today wrote on February 11th, 2014, that more than a quarter of students say that they experience extreme stress during the school year. Some believe that what we perceive as stress is actually an emotional response to fear. I think that stress is a mental state that occurs from experiencing very difficult or demanding situations. Richard L. Hall, PhD, has been teaching for over 31 years and says it can be overwhelming. Students are put in a position of feeling like they cannot stop. They are not given a sense of support, and they are put in an environment where they are not accepted for themselves, but only for what they are going to achieve. And all of this builds stress. Michelle Costello, an associate editor for CBS News, reported in 2014 that teens during the school year averaged a 5.8 out of 10 on a stress scale, far above the 3.9 score considered to be a normal level of stress. The majority of teens said school was their main point of stress, and 10% said stress led to lower grades. Some say that students are ill-prepared for the competitive global economy because our test scores are going down. Lower test scores can be linked to the extreme stress students are being put under to succeed. 59% report that managing their time to balance all activities is a very significant stressor. As stated by David Rainham, MD, students today face increasing amounts of schoolwork, a rapidly changing curriculum, assignment deadlines, and exams. They worry about selecting careers in post-secondary programs. They must balance schoolwork for sports, hobbies, and social life. A few students reported that high school was not very challenging. I think that the students who were interviewed may not have been motivated enough to challenge themselves to achieve at the highest level that they can. Long-term stress can lead to serious health issues. An annual survey published by the American Psychological Association found that on average students sleep about 7.4 hours a night, much less than what is recommended. Now I don't know about you, but I sleep a lot less than that on average. 23% of teens report skipping meals or binge eating within the last month due to stress, and 39% of these teens admit to doing it more than once a week. Stated by R. Morgan Griffin on WebMD, stress seems to worsen or increase the risk of many different health issues. Stress can directly increase heart rate and blood flow, and causes the release of cholesterol into the bloodstream. Many studies have shown that stress can worsen asthma. Stress can worsen diabetes in two ways. It increases the likelihood of bad behaviors such as unhealthy eating and excessive drinking. And second, stress seems to raise glucose levels of people with type 2 diabetes directly. Stress is considered one of the most common triggers for headaches and migraines. The Anxiety and Depression Association of America stated that anxiety affects 18% of America's total population. In the 2014 Stage of Life Teen Trend Report, 1 out of every 2 teens stated that they personally struggled with mental illness at some point. The Mayo Clinic stated on March 27, 2012, that chronic stress can wear you down and overwhelm you. You may be in a bad mood, your productivity may decrease, your relationships may suffer, and you might even find it difficult to go about your normal daily routine. I need you to personally take care of your mental and physical health by trying to manage the stress in your life, whether it is school-related or otherwise. You will need to put an effort into regulating your stress levels and adjusting your routine accordingly. You need to remove stress from studying. Learn to manage your time more efficiently and begin with the most difficult piece of homework and take advantage of little opportunities to get your work done. Organize everything, from your locker to your room to your thoughts. Begin studying earlier to be more effective and divide homework into manageable chunks. Do not procrastinate, stay realistic, and do not get in over your head. Remember to take care of your mental health. Always remember to think positively, spend time doing something you love and that makes you happy every single day. Get at least 9 to 9.5 hours of sleep each night and listen to music. Exercise regularly to alleviate stress and boost confidence. Keep a routine because humans in general like to know what to expect, and always remember to relax. If your stress levels are high enough, you may even need to contact a therapist or counselor. Therapy pushes beyond the superficial topics of everyday life to the deeper topics involving introspective questions, deep feelings, and drives, which is productive and healing. People learn to understand others around them by experiencing empathy, and sitting with someone who keeps eye contact, pays attention, recalls past information, and asks questions is beneficial because it will feel good to have someone who is solely focused on you and your needs. People feel empowered and excited about growing, and when the growth is recognized by others, it will send a ripple effect through the community. If we manage our stress more efficiently, it would benefit the entire population. The nation's physical and mental health would improve. We would all have more energy and not as many illnesses. You would feel better and more relaxed, sleep better, and you would have a better digestion, a calmer mood, and be more focused and positive. Lower stress levels would improve the nation socially. We would understand each other better, become more productive, have a more calm and positive outlook on life, and we would not be as irritable or impatient. This can become reality if you contact a therapist or counselor or learn to cope and manage your chronic stress. Contact Milestone Counseling Incorporated. You can contact them by calling 320-774-1621. And when you get a hold of the receptionist, you may request a specific therapist or ask for the next available appointment. You will need to provide them with your contact information. You will also need to tell them the type of insurance you have. Together, we can relieve our chronic stress and see improvements in the physical and mental health of ourselves and become a more productive and positive